Hello everyone and welcome back to Crypto News TV. We got an interesting video for you guys to go ahead and watch and listen to. We have an audio recording call with a platform called XRPConnect, which rebranded to arbitraging.co and their ARB token. I'm sure you guys have seen it around and have thought about investing in it or even using it. I want to warn you guys against that. We can look here at the arbitraging platform analysis and understand that it is a scam, or is being called a scam, and on the lines of a Ponzi scheme. Now, XRPConnect was developed originally from the new investors or original early investors of BitConnect, and once BitConnect went down, they rebranded and started creating XRPConnect, which would do arbitraging. And XRPConnect has always done arbitraging from day one. They had the XRPC token, and because of all the conflict with BitConnect and EthConnect and all these other connects that were coming out that were truly scams, they decided to rebrand to arbitraging.co and have the ARB token because it looked like it was less of a scam. But keep in mind that this is still a scam, and we have proof from the actual investors, where we're going to go into the recorded phone call right now, where we actually go ahead and talk about arbitraging or XRPConnect in the early days and what their actual plans are for the token. And investor beware, because the downfall of arbitraging is unfortunately coming around the corner. So let's go ahead and get into this audio recorded call right now. Also, what's really interesting to note, you guys will catch within this audio recording call, is that these are the actual same creators from EthConnect or EthConnect. I'm sure a lot of you guys remember EthConnect and EthConnect and all of those that got scammed in that ICO and that platform that was coming out. Well, these are the actual people that were supposedly behind it, and they fixed all of those issues that EthConnect had with arbitraging. So just keep that in mind with a grain of salt while you're listening to this.
To make sure that what happened with EthConnect is not going to happen, and I have confirmation that we actually over there fixed the problem that EthConnect has. So that one's going to actually go off without a hitch. Wow,
that's actually really good to know, because I was looking at this other one like EthConnect. I'm sure you probably saw that thing.
Yeah, that one, EthConnect was just a knockoff of some guys that figured they could do something.
That's exactly what I thought.
You know.
Yeah. But
yeah, we didn't touch that one.
Yeah.
But XRPConnect, we're going to fully endorse now, and you're going to start to see a lot of push behind that. We're probably going to get the ICO sold out in about 7 to 10 days. We're hoping. So if you're not in it now, you might want to get in it.
For sure. That's always good.
You know, like I said, I see the comments on the videos that, you know, with like the big giveaways we do, and a lot of people are scared, you know, like, oh my God, these whales hold so much coins, and how did they get them? And it's like, you know, we're big investors, you know, but we're not here to hurt people, you know what I mean? Like, we have a group of whales, and it's a secret group that, you know, no one can find it, and we discuss, you know, everything with trying to, you know, make sure that we can bring, you know, the positivity back, because that's really what we're trying to focus on now, because it needs it, you know. Build the faith in the people, because when it comes down to it, they're buying into, you know, the faith of it too, you know. Now, since people have been getting burned, they're looking for the best out there, and, you know, it takes teams and teams of people to do that.
Oh yeah.
You know, we got a following of thousands of people that, you know, that follow us and, you know, make moves with us, and you know, we're create. You know, we have. I don't know if you've seen it over the last couple of days, you know, but we've actually single-handedly started changing the whole view of people and the way they look at it, of EthConnect.
Yeah, I mean, it's just time, you know. I mean, it's just honestly, like, if you break down the way that their system is set up, like, I totally get why it's not working right now. Like, I'm honestly not surprised.
What's your theory? I want to hear it, because I actually know really why. Hey, they're good theories. You want to know the real?
Of course. I mean.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, you know, let's base this down to, you know, what what's been going on over the last, couple of years, and we'll go from there. It's like Ethereum's, blockchain is newer. It hasn't actually been used on a lending platform yet. This is actually the first time ever that they're actually, really trying it out. The team that's behind EthConnect, we'll just say, there's certain information that I can't disclose. You know what I mean? But I'm gonna give you the best info that I can. It comes down to this: the previous project that these people have worked on were all on the Bitcoin blockchain, and when they did their ICOs and had their websites, distribute the coin on the website, it was still a script version. And then at the end of it, the Bitcoin would read the website because they had algorithms and codes that would, do the work for them. It was like an automatic transaction feature. They would release the, all of the coins to the website, and the website and the blockchain would actually read each other, distribute the coins properly. And since it's a ERC-20 contract on the Ethereum network and it's a new process, EthConnect actually, it's kind of a newbie move in a way, because they should have been smarter, because they are smarter, but it's their first time doing it. So they literally tried to load the exchange on December 20th when they said they were going to. The exchange is done and ready, but they figured out that they had the problem on December 20th, that when they went to go do the way they normally do it to distribute the coins, they found out that the script from the online site actually does not, automatically blend to the Ethereum blockchain like they thought it would. So it's a total distribution problem. That's basically what it comes down to.
I see. So
the wallets are actually locked because they want to hold your funds, so when they do get it going, you spend them on their site.
Okay.
And now they actually recently, stopped the new member sign-up feature, because they know that their wallets are closed, and they're not wanting people to start new accounts and keep depositing money and then having it held, and that just makes them mad and spread, madness. It wasn't done in a deceiving fashion. It's actually kind of a smart business move if you understand business, because, even though these people are really mad right now, when it does go live, they're going to spend their money there.
Oh, yeah.
At least most of them will, because they're only really mad right now because they weren't able to get coins or tokens,
True. Yeah, I can see that, actually. Yeah, do you know if they have plans though to fix this this script thing? It sounds like maybe they didn't test it first or something.
Well, yeah, they didn't test it first, and they might have, because you can see some testing back in the blockchain, back from when ICO was going, and they probably ran, a couple of tests and saw that it sent it, and they were like, all right, we're good. And then when they tried to go do it on a mass effect, it just failed miserably,
Oh, yeah, they tried to hit 200,000 different wallets.
Yeah, exactly, and it didn't work. It probably, just basically scrambled everything and didn't work. And when scripts don't read each other right, it's just not going to work properly. And instead of actually launching it wrong, they decided, maybe we should make this right, even if we have to make people wait. Which is actually a cool thing, If the one thing that a lot of new people need to realize is that this is, a new emerging market, and there's always going to be learning steps and curves and everything, and it's all about sticking together as a community to get through it.
Of course, I completely agree with you.
Yeah. That's kind of the gist of it. But there is a fix to the blockchain. But Franz on Tech, you'll hear him talk about, how it's like a 50-50. He's like, it's fixable, but, it's a 50-50. And I'm going to explain what he means on that. The reason why it's a 50-50 is because it's never been done. So it's kind of a theory, you know what I mean? Like, theoretically, this can happen. But since we haven't done it, or no one has ever done it, it's hard to know, if number one, it's actually really doable, and, can it be implemented? Now, if you can't get the automatic feature, the blockchain to sync automatically and distribute, they do have one other option, and that's going to be, going through one by one and doing it all by hand. But that's going to be a lot of work, because in order to do that, they're actually going to have to shut the site down for a week. And what kind of, what kind of craze is that going to have?
True. I mean, them having the site open, though, is honestly the last bit of hope that people still believe it's not a scam. And it's going to be really hard for them to either shut down the site or throw up a page saying, we'll be back, this date.
Yep.
I think that...
Yeah, the reason why they don't want to actually put a date out there is because they don't have one.
Well, of course, yes. I mean, maybe not a date, but at the same time, yeah. I mean, if the site goes down and if they try it doesn't work, then, they got to have another option, hopefully, I would imagine. But
yeah.
Have they considered, because they do have records of everything.
One thing that I always let people know is that, if you see it in your transaction tab, it's real. If you see your Bitcoin or your Ethereum, stuck in the queue, it's there. So people just have to be patient until they actually can open all the features. Because right now there's internal features that are blocking other internal features. And when that happens, it locks the system.
I know this is probably going to sound really far-fetched, but have they considered maybe even rebuilding the whole system and just redistributing the tokens to the investors based off of, I don't know, like an old backup or something?
That's hard to say. If they did that, they would actually have to create a snapshot of the system and then shut it down on the spot. And then again, it's going to create the most mass hysteria that you've ever seen, just, suddenly shutting down the website without notice.
True. True.
And when it comes down to it, if they are going to have to, self-distribute these coins or these tokens, then they are going to have to do that. And, we as a community are going to have to, I'll just say it like this. If you have friends or family or, people that, that you want, to stay supportive of it, it's going to take an entire community to keep that positivity through it. But I wish there was more that we knew on, the fact of, I wish we could get some information straight from the developers. But there's probably a lot of information out there that, is out there. It's just the public is not, meant to see it because they're not, knowledgeable enough to know what to do with the information.
True, of course, yeah, but it can be misinterpreted. So
yeah, just like the that second round of ICO they tried to do 2 million coins for. That was actually for the best reason I've ever seen, but it was taken in such a way out of context that it turned into a bad thing. So they actually ended up pausing it.
Right. Yeah, I know. I noticed that. But it was a great thing. It was beautiful. I mean, it was absolutely amazing because it gave a lot of people the opportunity that missed it, that were like staying up 3 nights in a row trying to buy it. So.
Yep, exactly. Yeah. So, yeah, exactly. Here's what that 2 million coin second round was actually intended to do. Number one, they put it at $5, and if the public would have just not tripped out and kept buying, people were buying it. It was going to sell out, no question. Now, the buzz it created made them want to stop, so they stopped, is what I believe. I'm pretty sure I'm right. Now, what that was actually going to do was value our tokens at $5. And now online it's hard to get. People are out there trying to sell them for a quarter or 10 cents, and it's just that's because that's the state we're in. But if we would have been able to sell out those almost 2 million tokens at $5, we would add at least a minimum $5 price point. And then there's another positive to it too. If you look at the ICO originally, there was only 12,100 token holders. What they were actually trying to do with that, like you said, give the chance for other people that weren't able to get the token the opportunity to do so. And doing that would have increased, the 12,100 people up to, who knows how many. I mean, because you probably went to 20,000 because it was $5 with a $50 minimum, and not many people had $250 to spend.
Yeah, I mean, and there was
more people. Good reason.
So true. I mean, there was 200,000 people that registered. A smidgen got the coins.
Exactly. So, I mean, just think of the chain reaction. If you have 12,000 people, all spreading, like, let's just say whatever you're spreading, because not everybody's, a positive person, So those kind of people are always going to be negative. But let's just say you had 12,000 people talking about EthConnect to their friends and family and buddies and whatever. EthConnect would benefit so much more from having 20,000 people doing that.
Oh, definitely.
The opportunity would have been 40%. The push behind it would be 40% bigger than it was at the 8 million tokens.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
So all in all, if the community wouldn't have just freaked out and people like us weren't out there, if we were out there earlier trying to help people get through that, they wouldn't have freaked out, and we'd be in a better spot. Our coins would be worth more, and we'd have more push behind it.
Yeah, I mean, that's true. I mean, it's very difficult in these types of situations. I'm not gonna lie. Like, even for them to make an announcement, it's very, very difficult and it's fragile. I definitely understand.
The one thing I just want to recommend on your videos, one thing we had learned over the time of doing all of our giveaways is, realistically, we've given away over 250,000 coins between us, Whale Group, just to help promote, positiveness and try to get the token hit. Because we believe that the more small token holders that own token are going to be the ones that actually drive up the value. So we've actually been distributing a lot of our tokens just to protect our assets. Now, you may think that sounds crazy, but when you look at it in the bigger picture, we're aiming for these tokens to be worth $50 or $100. So if we're buying them for 50 cents and we're distributing out hundreds of thousands of them to people, it just looks nuts. But to us, we're saying, you know what, I'll give a 50 cents all day to make $50.
Right. Exactly.
It's a complete, it makes sense to an investor. But yeah, hey.
No, I hear you. I hear you. It makes 100% sense.
So the group of whales, we actually, figured out that we're probably going to end up donating about $500,000 total by, the time that this is, hopefully open. Just to, get more tokens out there. And we figured, hey, we might as well do what they were trying to do with the 2 million tokens and, do it ourselves.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, because they even tried to do that, like, around the second or third phase of the funding, they started to realize people buying 1,000 coins, and then people were buying more than 1,000, so they put a limit on how many they could buy at a time. So, yeah,
and then they lowered it to 200.
Yeah, so that way it could be distributed between all the users evenly.
Exactly.
So, yeah, it makes sense. It definitely, I agree with you. It will increase the value.
And the one thing I always try to talk to anyone that, has, like, influential channels, if I get the chance to talk to them, like, I don't know if you have experience with, like, certain types of whales in ICOs or things like this. There's good ones and bad ones. One, like our group, we actually are here for a good reason, and without whales, these things will never work either. So...
Yeah, no, they definitely need at least a little bit of a push, whether it be for marketing, advertising, or to hire on another developer.
Yeah,
those little budgets always help. That's
and that it's more than that too. It's because like how we decided to go on the EthConnect. We're holders, we're hodlers. We don't dump on exchanges. We don't do anything. And the normal everyday person is going to, run and sell their coins off the bat. And,
That's
you need whales like us to hold coins so the regular people don't dump and just destroy the whole market and everything.
See, that's huge too, because if whales are actually holding their coins and stuff like that, then the supply is really limited at that point because the whale is holding them,
Yeah, actually, our group of whales is actually not going to sell any coins straight out of our wallets. They're all going to go either through a stake or a lend before they're taken out.
Yeah, that's amazing.
So, and a lot of our, lends are going to be, flip. It's hard with some of these sites because we never know how long they're going to go. And, sometimes these sites will shut down, on us after a year. And I'm going to be completely honest with you, by the time... Let's just say EthConnect lasted a year, our funds inside are going to be far greater than anything that we could pull out. No matter what, we're never going to be able to pull all our funds. It'll end up shutting down on us, and they will run with our money. But it's our goal to get as much as we can out in the process to make it, really beneficial for us.
Of course, yeah. I mean, there's going to be some leftover cash, but you don't need it all,
Yeah, as long as we made enough, we consider it, paid in full. It's like, hey, you got me for, $20 million. Hey, but you gave me 20, I put in, let's say, $5 million and I made 20 and you took 20. I still made 15. So, I'm happy. I'm not happy you took $20 million, but
I'm happy I still won.
That I didn't lose.
Yeah. I feel you on that.
If that makes if that makes sense.
Definitely, it 100% does. I mean, just don't lose.
Yeah. Exactly. So there's so many moving parts to it, but I think the main goal that we all should have as influencers right now is to, you're trying to do, spread hope. And not only just we don't want to spread blind hope either. We want to spread hope based on facts. Facts that we can try to get, the common everyday person doing the crypto to actually be able to comprehend and, cope with.
For sure.
That's the hardest part.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. Yeah, just making sure everyone's on the same page and we know what's going on.
But, I don't know if you plan on doing any kind of more, videos update and trying to do people, but me and the Whale Group, we saw your video, we talked about it, we decided we loved this and, shoot you over some good, higher numbers to be able to give away, because we noticed you're giving away 0.1, and that's awesome, and I noticed your balance is 215 coins, and I think,
You don't giggle over that?
Huh?
You don't laugh about that?
No, because it was hard to buy. You're doing better than, let's see, only 12,000 holders, 248,000 people. You're doing better than 236,000 people, no matter what.
I feel you. I know. I giggle at the small numbers I'm trying to do.
So, what Craig Grant is actually doing is smart in a way, because he's bringing new investors in on his money, because it's the same thing we're doing with giving away ECH to people. Is
yes.
We're bringing people in on our money, because in the end it takes the new people.
Absolutely. So
I like that. I like that idea. It's cool. But at the same time, I would prefer if he would not do it with a testimonial, because now it's like you're paying for testimonials, and now even if you have people,
saying, yeah.
It's the new people that are going to drive up the price for all of us, and that's the name of the game. It's just how new people spread. They just think differently than someone seasoned in the industry. And it's like they might look at it as you're paying people to say it's good.
I see. I completely agree. That would be really bad.
So I love what he's doing, but I think I would have a little more respect for him if he wasn't making them give testimonials.
I feel you. Yeah. No, it's true. It's really true. Yeah. Because
like with us, we're giving away coins, but we're not making people go spread. Paying them to spread positivity. We're giving them coins and hoping they do.
That's true. Yeah. No, I agree with you. Yeah. I think he's doing it more personally for himself, so that way he kind of builds up.
Oh, it is. Name. Yeah, it is. It's to build his referral system, because he's setting them up under him, so that way he gets paid for everything they do.
Yeah, people are, oh, it was Craig Grant or is this? He's just trying to build a popularity around it, I think. But
yeah. No, for sure. It's a game. It's fun.
That it is fun. Yeah, I agree with you on that.
But yeah, I would. It'd be cool to talk some more. I'd even like to give you 1,000 ECH just to help us with our cause for you.
Sure. I mean, I'll probably give a lot of it away.
No, I'm going to give you coins to give away. You can keep 1,000 for yourself.
Oh, wow.
Just for helping with the community. Anyone that's helping the community is helping us. So we're looking because just for your hard work. I'm not asking you to. I'm not going to influence anything you say about EthConnect on there. do your own thing. I don't want you to say anything specifically. Just, do what you do, and we'll try to help support you.
Wow, I mean, that really isn't nice, and I do appreciate that.
No, we appreciate it because you're helping us. You don't even know it, but you are.
I feel you, man. I mean, we're all in this together, though. That's what
we are. We're in the same boat.
Yeah.
It's an ecosystem,
It's one of the best.
But yeah, if you want to, what?
It says one of the best ecosystems. Like, I absolutely love it, man. Like, everything that's been happening these last 6 months is cryptocurrency.
Yeah, it's
insane. It's it. Like,
yeah, it's insane. But there's a lot of positives still to focus on with the with the system, and we still support it 100%, and we want to keep supporting it 100% through its transition.
I think I'll make it through, to be honest, man. It really will. It's just...
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be in their best interest to do so. So
they've already made They've made a little bit over $8 million. With the price rise of Ethereum, they've probably brought in like $10 million now. So like, these guys would be so foolish not to get more new investors. Just
Well, the one piece of information that I can release into that, as long as you don't put it in the public, is, that seems like a lot of money to the common person, but when it comes down to it, these guys have like $100 billion in crypto.
Well, yeah, I mean, I agree with you, because I mean, there was an ICO that just ended, Americana. They wanted to raise $110 million, only raised $3 million. Now the team is gone. And you look at it, like, they only raised 3% of what they were looking for. Like, at the end of the day, like, was that even enough for the project to operate? So
probably not much.
But yeah, I mean, so I agree with you. Yeah, like, a couple million, like, those aren't big numbers, but
no.
For when you look at
because it is true, they could make $1 billion off of this, and they already are on other platforms.
Yeah.
The one funny thing about it is that coming into it, they wanted to make it, seem like it was, not who it is coming in. And the thing about it is these people are hidden. Nobody can find them. We don't know who they are. We know where their money's at. We can watch their money, but we don't know who they are, and nobody really does, because that's how they want it. But you get a lot of fun on there talking about how the people behind it are idiots and they don't know what they're doing, but they do, and what they're doing has a reason to it. The reason they cut off the communication was because, like, we ran numbers, and they've actually had over 4 million messages sent to them.
Wow.
That's what our estimates. It's between 2 and 4 million, and I don't know if you know how long it would take to reply to those. So what they do is they just shut them off and try to fix the problems and hope that, people are happy with the results.
Bro, 4 million messages, it would take them like 2-3 years to reply back to everything.
Exactly, yeah. That's just the first reply.
Oh my God.
So there's your answer to why aren't they talking to us?
I wouldn't let them work. Either.
No. You ever had your phone blow up on you? It's just like boom, 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 and it's going to yours, just like, oh, no, I don't want to pick it up.
That's really interesting. But yeah, I mean, I'm just giving it time. I think it will do well.
Yep. Yeah, that's what we recommend. Give it time, and in the meantime, spread as much positivity as you can, because I believe in one thing, and that is that positive energy creates positive results. And the one thing we need in the community is to get the negativity level under the positivity level, so the positivity level is higher, and the universe will naturally accept that positiveness and deliver positive results.
Yeah, I agree with you. This is that will turn it around, and 2018 is going to be EthConnect's year for sure.
It could be, but XRPConnect is going to be a lot bigger.
Yeah.
It has the potential to. The potential for XRPConnect is a lot bigger. And that's just because, number one, they're going to go off with less problems, so people are going to be more happy about it, and the fact that their token supply is 3 times lower, so the demand is going to be higher.
3 times lower than XRP? or 3 times lower?
No, than EthConnect. EthConnect has 31 million tokens, and XRPConnect only has 10 million.
Really?
Yep.
How many? I'm gonna have to buy some tonight.
Yeah, they should have. They just ended their last round of ICO last night. I know that they are in the middle of readjusting the back end to support the new price points. You should be able to see it live, maybe now, or if not, pretty soon.
For sure.
Sorry, my son's in the background crying.
No worries. You're all good. But yeah, no, I'm gonna have to really look into XRPConnect and dive into that one. I mean, I'm not a huge fan of XRP or Ripple, just because of like what they are and about.
It's centralized. Yeah.
But at the same time, from an investing standpoint, it's number 2 on CoinMarketCap, and it's almost quadrupled in the last 4 or 5 days. So, I mean, I was a supporter of it at 20 cents. And when
as an investor, you can support it, but as a person, and with what crypto's trying to be, you go, oh man.
Yeah, that's what I'm like. Oh fuck! Like, why does this coin have to be here? But at the same time, I'll take the money. I'll take the money.
Yeah, exactly. Make some money off of it, because one thing's true: you're never going to get rid of the banks. They're going to be around fighting for a long time, and this is one of their methods.
Yeah. And if they're going to get into it, might as well get into it with a coin that 70% is owned by that gentleman that runs it. So, as a business standpoint, it's a brilliant if you're the business owner.
Yep.
And that's it. Hats off to him for sure.
Yeah, no, I agree. He's got a good model, and they picked up. They found their spot for sure.
Yeah. Yeah. So.
But yeah, I mean, XRPConnect it's looking up amazing. You can go look at their white paper. It's going to remind you a lot of like Davercoin. They got a lot of the same features. They got the arbitrage system. They got the lending with the extended lock period for extra interest.
Okay.
And they only have 5 levels on their lending referral, which is going to help support a longer term.
See, that's one thing I really loved about Davercoin or however you say it.
Yeah.
Because I haven't done a video on it or anything, but I've been testing it and stuff. Did a little bit of staking, and I looked at the way where for the lending, where if you do an extra 120 days, they'll give you 0.1%, or if you hold it a little bit longer, like. Them getting creative with this kind of stuff is brilliant, especially if you guys are incorporating to XRPConnect. You're gonna kill it, because that's one thing I was gonna talk about Daver is how they were able to do something that was unique, but still do something similar, so people could understand how it gives them money if they're coming from BitConnect or something like this. But like, ooh, I can make an extra 0.1% without having to go 10 grand deep. I just gotta give them my money longer. So adding that is amazing, because that's something that is different, and this is what this industry needs, different and stuff.
Yeah, and here's the funny part. A lot of these lending platforms, they're always talking about their bots. They got arbitrage bots, they got trade bots, and all this stuff. When it comes down to it, they don't.
They don't need a bot.
They don't need a bot. You want to know what most of them do? And this is what the group of people that are behind BitConnect and everything do.
They just hold the coin.
They put they hold the coin, and they put it in Bitcoin, and then when it forks, they take the fork money.
Exactly, yeah, you fork it like 4 or 5, like, dude, BitConnect got so much money if they did that on the fork with, Bitcoin God,
they
Bitcoin
did.
Cash Plus,
They did, because you can transfer, you can actually follow their holdings to Binance for a fork and then leave.
Yeah, they're getting hundreds of thousands of coins, like.
They do. They got their coin figures are very high.
Yeah, a lot of people don't really understand how easy it is to make money. I mean, you don't need to do anything with Bitcoin. Just have it in your wallet, and like you said, just fork it.
Yep.
Damn. Because there were some good forks this year too.
Yeah, there was. Like Bitcoin Cash was a huge fork.
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
Like I tracked a wallet that's Bitcoin Cash that's tied to these guys, and when Bitcoin Cash forked, when it was like $200 starting off, these guys had an instant stash of $33 million just from the initial fork, which has now grown times about 10.5.
Yeah. I mean, that's why you can even see that they offered the deposit of Bitcoin Cash and then they removed it.
Exactly. You know, because they actually had a big holding of it, and they still do. Their holding isn't as big as it was, because at one point it was worth, you know, around $200 million, but now it's worth more around like $80 million. But it's just that's another way that they make their money. They don't actually have to depend on the Bitcoin going up and down and doing these, you know, crazy tradings. They can literally hold and grab forks and
on all the lends they get the coins too. So whenever someone does a lend, they'll get the coin. I mean, I just saw EthConnect went up to $500 for a split second. I was like, holy shit.
Yep.
I mean, those are perfect times for the companies to be selling their coins.
Yeah, and exactly. Are you familiar with the coin Stenum?
Did you say Stenum or Venom?
Stenum. STN?
No, I haven't heard of that one yet.
It was a coin that I ICO'd last month, and it's actually the first coin coming out that when you lend your coin, instead of selling it for USD and you get USD back, you lend your coin, and at the end of the locking period, you get your coin back.
That's interesting.
So if it raised in value in between, you gain the value of the raise and the interest.
Have you seen? Have you heard of USI Tech?
Say that again.
Have you heard of USI Tech?
Yes.
Okay, yeah. I mean, do you think that's legit or no?
I honestly haven't done enough personal research into that one to be able to, you know, give you a straight answer.
Oh, okay. Because what I kind of like gathered from it, I mean, from my opinion, I mean, the only thing that you're missing out on would be the forks. But what's really cool about it is, I guess you give them the Bitcoin, and then they do like these mining packages supposedly. I guess you can actually see them on the Ethereum mining blockchain. They actually have their own pool, but not for Bitcoin yet. But essentially what you do is you lend them the Bitcoin, and they just return 140% worth of your Bitcoin, and that's it. So you'll earn about 40% on the Bitcoin. But granted, it's all done through Bitcoin, not another one of these currencies or coins back and forth.
Yep, exactly.
But I like these lending platforms the most because they're easy to. It's hot. It's what's hot right now.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I just actually got an email from the owner or the CEO of our XRPConnect. It looks pretty good.
Nice. That's really good. I'm gonna have to check that out.
Yeah, give it a look. You know, they're really, you know, standing behind their project, and they're easy to find. They're actually there. They're answering questions right on their site. And you're gonna actually see my team is going to be picking up a big portion of their, you know, just brand in a way, I would say, the support. We're going to help bring support to it. You know, of course they're going to, you know, reward us for our work. They seen what we're doing with, you know, EthConnect. I don't know if you're on, you know, in the telegrams and seeing, like, you know, what we're doing there and stuff, but they've been watching us, and they really want, because they really want some help. Because what XRPConnect is actually the only thing they were lacking was the, you know, the push behind it. Because these are actually a different group of people trying to build this one, and like the Connect and all those.
Right. Do you know anything about the BitConnect X? Just curious.
I've heard of it. I've actually, as soon as it went live, I had some of my people send me the link. It was like it just loaded, and none of the links are working yet on it. So it's by the time I last looked at it, the links weren't working, so it wasn't like I could get any information on it. That's just a, you know, business move by those guys to try to get a way to bring in new investors. Because, like I said, the new investors going into BitConnect are really lacking, and that's why you got people like Craig Grant trying to, you know, think of creative ways to bring people in.
Yeah, I feel you. Are you guys trying to do a giveaway on the XRPConnect for new users to try and get them on board?
You know, honestly,
not like
this
right
one
away,
is
not
going
like
to sell out
second.
probably really, really fast, and now that we're going to be getting into it, it's not like it's not like it's going to sell by tomorrow, because we're just today, coming up with agreements and helping these guys.
No, I know, but I mean, a month, 2-3 months down the road.
Possibly, maybe. It depends on if they're having problems and they need help. You know what I mean? But these guys are already talking about, sometime in February opening up their internal exchange. They're going to have their web wallets, working on the site. And I can tell you that the internal site is actually, it looks exactly like EthConnect and BitConnect. It's based off the same, scripts. It does all the same features. It runs the same way. And here's how they got around the EthConnect problem. So, EthConnect has that problem where the two things can't read each other. You don't have the blockchain reading the website. Now, XRPConnect is actually doing it smart. They're not launching their website until after the ICO. So what they're doing is airdropping to your, MEW wallets or your MetaMask wallets.
Yeah, so you just got.
And then from there, you can choose to put it on the site.
Oh, that's brilliant! Hey, you just send them the tokens.
Yeah, they send them the tokens. I already have some in my wallet. I mean, I could send you snapshots. We're planning on doing a YouTube video where we're actually going to have them buy them on the video so people can see them. We're going to teach them how to set up, because a lot of people don't know how to set up their, wallets for tokens. So we're going to teach them how to, plug in a smart contract, buy their tokens, and then watch them appear so people can be like, oh, wow, tokens appeared. And then we can let them know,
that's the best way, because you have, you don't have to worry about trust, nothing. The guy has them in his Ethereum wallet.
Yeah, you don't even have to put them on the XR, on the website. You can actually just go straight over to Ether Delta and trade them on the exchange.
Yep. That's the best way to do it.
Yep, exactly. So they got it figured out. Instead of trying to get the coding figured out, they're just airdropping people their tokens, and they're saying, do what you want with them.
Yep.
If you want to put them in the site, that's cool, because you're going to transition to the site one by one, and we don't have to.
Yeah, exactly.
So, they have it solved. They really do. They solved the riddle.
It's brilliant. It's good.
And that's what I'm going to end up, using as the basis of why we think XRPConnect is going to go off without a hitch, because everybody knows how easy it is to program an exchange.
Yeah, and it doesn't cost much money either, because you already have it done. You could just tell them, look, I want something just like this, or I want something like that, and then the developer coder will just deliver to you in literally 2-3 weeks, and that's it. You're done.
Yep.
Turnkey.
Yeah, a good developer will do 2 weeks. If you got someone doing it in their spare time, it'll be a month.
Yeah. You got turnkey. You're ready to go.
Yep. But hey, I'm going to get my phone blowing up here. If you want to, email me over your username on EthConnect. I'm going to send you over 10,000 tokens. And like I said, I want you to take 1,000 of them for you, just because I love what you're doing. And then hold the 9,000, and then let's plan some kind of creative thing that you can do to, have, some positivity come start. Yeah, no, I totally understand. The group of whales that we got, when you get on the phone with them, you try to talk for 5 minutes, it ends up being an hour and a half, just because, you're like, oh, hey, this and that. Are you on any of the EthConnect Telegram groups?
I'm just on their announcement board. I'm not on any group chats.
Okay, in the email I send you, I'm going to send you an email with links to a couple groups that I think you really enjoy, checking out.
Yeah, of course.
Just, it'll give you more of an insight to what we're doing and what we're trying to do too. And maybe you can help.
Definitely.
And either way, there's a lot of good information there. It's a community-run group, and we, try to be positive and not have, a whole bunch of, crappy motivated people, unmotivated people, and just whatever.
For sure, yeah. I mean, I'm always down to glean more information.
Sweet. Yeah, let me link you up, and then just reply to me with your username. I'll send you over some tokens, and then we can make some game plan.
Definitely, yeah, dude. I'm excited for this. This is going to be really good.
Sweet. All right, cool. Well, it was good talking to you. We'll talk again.
Definitely, man. All right, Jeremy. Talk to you soon.
All right, have a good one. Bye.